Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be installing a set of rough country tow hooks on the front of our 5th gen Ram 1500. This is a 2021 Ram 1500. These same ones from Rough Country will fit a 2019 to 2024. We'll be removing these bezels here and here. Installing the tow hook. We're going to come up into here, and I think you can see there. Let me see if I can get this into place. We will be removing this bezel here. Oop, I don't think that's a real good shot. Let me get a little light on that. Okay, got a little light on there. So we will be removing this bezel. There's two 8mm studs up top, and then we take the piece out. The tow hook goes in place by bolting through an existing bolt right here, and then another bolt we'll be putting right into the frame here, and bolts right to the frame rail. Now I'm working on a lift to put this on, which obviously makes access real easy. But if you don't have a lift, if you jack up your car, take your front tire off, you can take the panel out here, move this inner fender liner, and as you can see, should be able to very easily get right up in there. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So opening up the package here, obviously we have our tow hooks. They're actually pretty nicely made pieces. They are solid, they're heavy. They've got a black powder coat on them. I'm sure you could paint them to match, or any kind of accent you have on your vehicle, like if you wanted them red, like on some of the Rubicon Jeeps. Then we have our hardware right here, which this is going to be all there is just the two bolts that are extra because you're using the factory bolt that's in there. And then these are our bezels, and as you can see, they included new stud bolts. They're actually they got like a T head on them that locks into place, and then the nuts for them. There we go. You can see right there where those bolts lock right in. So I'm going to go ahead and get an 8mm wrench. We're going to get up in there and take one of those bezels out. Thank you. Be right back. Okay, so those 8mm nuts are off. You pull the little stud bolts out, because then this bezel, you're going to, and I'm going to try and get this on video, it's kind of tight up there. You reach up to the top of it. Let me see, get this light in better position here. You reach up to the top of it and you pull it down. There you go. And then it will unclip, and then you can tip it forward and pull it right out. And that's how you take the bezel out. Now I gotta say, getting to the little nuts that are up there, it's definitely very tight. So what I think I'm going to do is install the new bezels first, because then I can actually just reach right in through here and get right to the nuts. So I'm gonna get those ready to install. Okay, just passenger side bezel. What you're going to do is there are locking pins in the bottom. You're going to get that seated into those locking pins just like so. And then you push the top right in. You can see it sets right into place. And then you're just going to have to put they say in the instructions to reuse the factory hardware, but mine included new hardware, which looks identical. I think I will probably reuse the factory hardware provided it fits. Just because it's probably higher quality than this stuff. But I think that's basically anyone else's choice. So let me go ahead and get those set up to go in. Well, unfortunately, not too happy with how these bezels fit in there once you snug them up. Very awkward to, they want to pop out all the time as you're trying to tighten them up, so not too thrilled with that. But let me go ahead and get the tow hook in and get set up to put that in. All right, I went back and loosened them up and actually pushed them further in and then that seemed to line things up better. So it's definitely important to make sure this top is pushed in. Should not be sticking out at all. It should be recessed into the front bumper there, and then everything seems to tighten up and lock into place better. All right, so passenger side, driver's side tow hook. Next step is to loosen up. There's an 18mm bolt right here. So we're going to loosen that up. You do not need to take it off completely because this is notched so that you can slide it over. And then you put the other bolt will go right up in here. So we're going to get that loosened up so we can slide this into place. Once you loosen the bolt up, you'll see it'll drop down. It does stop because I believe there's a like some sort of clip on the other side to keep it from falling through the frame for assembly. But this should be enough for you to slide through the hook and then come back up and then thread it back in. Okay, as you can see, slid the hook in, tow hook's in place. Now I'm gonna thread that bolt back up into there, and then I'll get the other bolt into place once that starts to lock up toward the frame. Okay, I got that bolt threading back up into the frame. Now what I'm gonna do is, the bolts they give you, I put a little anti-seize on there, and I'm gonna thread into the threaded hole that's already into the frame. Okay, so that bolt is threaded in, and as you can see, it still moves, but I'm gonna tighten up the bolt in the back first. I'm gonna get that snug, and then we'll tighten up the front one. We're gonna do that because there is a bung that hangs down from the frame that recesses. There's a bung that comes down that's gonna, basically this is gonna center right on that bung. So you wanna tighten up the back one first, then you'll tighten up the front one. All right, so this one is completely installed, nice and solid. Bolts are all torqued up. I don't know what the torque spec on these bolts are. I took them up to about 120 foot-pounds, 140 foot-pounds. But because there is no torque spec listed in the directions. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other side in, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. On the driver's side here, I actually went and took the part of the fender well liner out, and you can see you do have a little better access without that piece of that fender well liner in. So anybody that's doing this, especially if you're not up on a lift, and then obviously with this reactive air dam here, you're gonna have that gets in the way as well. And there we have it. Everything's fully installed. Both sides all back together. Definitely helped to take this liner out. Just gives you a lot more access, especially on the driver's side where you have this motor in the way for this active air dam. All right, so that completes it. That is the installation for the Rough Country forged tow hook for the Gen 5 Ram 1500 2019 to their directions say 2021, but from what I've seen online, it goes up to 2024. Just got to confirm that with them. Hope that helps anybody else that may be doing this. If you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.